Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's up? Good afternoon. WCS back on the Boulevard once again. You already know, man, this is the fight recap, but just in a different way. You already know the imagination, the creativity has to go out and allow you to pull it back in and wonder what is WCS message in the thumbnail. You figure it out though. But first, let's get to the super chat. First in the building, Jamal Neezy on deck with it. What's good, Neezy? Salute WCS, salute chat. Big blunts and boxing on deck in the building. Neezy, what's good? Come back. Salute to y'all. Big shout out to Jamal Neezy with the $5 super chat in the building. Bro, you know, Feminine Fanon just blocked me for saying Corinne won 2 rounds. This fight, after $2 super chat asking can Boots' performance defeat EJ or Bud? That's a legitimate boxing question. But unfortunately, when it comes down to the mental psyche, you know what I'm saying, of certain people pretty much being user friendly when it comes to the boxing community, that's not always fair, bro. It's not always gonna fit and accommodate you. Like it's not like you have like the HR department over there. They don't care, bro. They don't care what you're doing. They don't care about your genuine support. They don't care if you asking a question that goes a little bit against the current. You know what I'm saying? Instead of they saying, okay, don't nobody want to debate me. I'm him. I'm doing all this. You block somebody for that little petty shit right there. You block them. Hey, man, I can't speak for them. They grown ass men. But big shout out to Jamal Neezy with the $5 super chat in the building, man. Appreciate you. One love to you, brother. Not surprised Neezy dude crazy. He always talking about how good he can debate and, you know, like he know everything. You know, he has this language for this situation. If it was him, he wouldn't do this. Trying to provide all this unqualified legal freaking, consultation. Man, stop it, bro. You biased as hell. This is the same dude who's taken upon himself to just go on an all-out Bud Crawford bashing crusade, bro. Yeah, all-out bashing, Bud Crawford bashing crusade. You're supposed to call yourself one of these content creating channels that's non-biased and all this? Nah. Desperation calls for desperate measures, dog. He one of them. He answered if EJ or Bud will fight like Corinne. Disingenuous. We're going to get to that, man. If y'all look at the thumbnail, you already know what's coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all before on live, man. We had to go, we're going to stay up that late until the Sunday. We had to go to Waffle House and pick up a meal, bring it back, get our bellies full, and then go with the post-fight recap. There's no need to do it on an empty stomach that early in the morning on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You got to get something. You got to get something from Waffle House, dog. You got to go get them grits, that bacon and sausage, egg. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours at the Waffle House, bro. Appreciate that, Neezy. Good morning, Fistiana. Fistiana's back in the building this afternoon. She was a late night rider too. You know what I'm saying? Good looking out. Appreciate you back in the building. Shout out to Fistiana on deck. What's good with it? CMD Boxing Reports on deck. What's good, WCS? What's good with you? Hold on for a second, y'all. CMD Boxing Reports on deck, man. He says, what's good, WCS? What's good with you, brother? My life been better without dude live streams. Ghost on deck, man. Shout out to Ghost in the building. Big shout out to Demetrius Andrade, man, going in there getting that win. You know what I'm saying? I shot you a message on freaking WhatsApp, Ghost. You know what I'm saying? I was saying Demetrius looked sharp. You know? Let's get to Rashidi. We got to start with Speedy Rashidi. You know what I'm saying? Was it a lot of hype that was going into Speedy Rashidi? Real talk. Like, was it enough hype for us to sit up here and get together and do all in favor of with Speedy Rashidi? Like, wasn't he still on that oops? I wonder, I'm puzzled a little bit. I'm still not totally convinced. Yeah, he was one of those boxers. You know what I'm saying? The eye test, bro. I try to tell people the eye test. Man, the eye test is deceptive, bro. Y'all have to do smarter troubleshooting when it comes to the eye test, because aesthetically, if you ever was in the fitness building, you can get yourself to look like you're the most in shape individual ever, man. You know, these boxers come in here shredded, some of them, and then some of them come in there looking like a wet tater tot, like Mikey Garcia. But for the eye test, yeah, you can get shredded up, you can get cut. You know what I'm saying? You can stay in shape, especially when you're young. You know, your body is just like willing to conform, to cut weight, to transfer that fat. That's what happened. But when it comes to boxing, it takes more than eye test. You have to measure a person's competition. You know what I'm saying? The level of competition they stepped in and face. That's where you have to measure their greatness. If you don't find no greatness, you can't put them in a great label, like in a great community, so to speak. You can't put them in a conversation of greats just because they look a certain way. And we found out last night, it's some people that look a certain way that the performance isn't adding up. That's all I got to say. The performance ain't adding up. 2 up, 2 down on deck. Salute, bro. I guess this was a stacked card after all. Yeah, it was stacked. It was stacked. It was some ups, and then there was some downs. You know what I'm saying? The downs should have certain people talking on here for the YTC, but it's not going to happen because they don't want to upset nobody. See, I totally understand how it works. You know, people say they'd rather you keep it 100, but they don't want 100. They want you to keep it selective. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to keep it 100. They want you to keep selective. So selective might be giving 15 to 20, 30%, you know, from what you actually mean. I've seen it go down. Stuff I done said about boots already. I done seen certain people get funny style and look a certain way, you know, frowned all up. And I'm like, what? Huh? Me? You're mad at me for saying that his resume look a certain way. We'll get the boots later though. We'll get the boots later. I'm just chomping at the bit to see what people have to say about Boots' situation. We're gonna get past Rashidi. We're gonna talk about Demetrius Andrade too. Alfonso Morris on deck. What happened to Rashidi? I don't know, bro. This is what I'm trying to get out to the people, right? I don't think it's what happened. I just think that's who he was. You know, like Rashidi passed the eye test, and we was just waiting for him to step in there with somebody who was going to give him a good test. When it comes down to the boxing, though, it's not always the top names that's going to give you a test. It's other fighters that we unaware about that's out there that can do what this dude did. Villa came in there to fight. Villa was tough. Nobody was really talking about this dude. You have to understand the huge picture of boxing. It's fighters in places that we don't even know that's tough as hell. And they come out of the shadows into the light and fight the fight they had against Rashidi. And Rashidi look good as far as his movement and everything. But anybody who know boxing, like this was a 12-round fight that Rashidi chose to be on his bicycle. All right. He chose to be on that bicycle. Now, anybody who understands or been biking off-road, on-road, whatever, you have to have endurance to do that too. And Rashidi started to break down in like the 9th or 10th round. He was getting tired. That dude was digesting, eating his shots. And, that's where we were with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we expected Rashidi to take it all the way to the final bell because he looked in shape. He passed the eye test of being in shape, but his opponent was in shape too. His opponent looked like he was like 154, 160. Rashidi, like my guy Showtime said, Rashidi looked like he was 149 pounds even. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was 149 pounds even. His opponent looked like he was 160, 165. He was eating Rashidi's punches, digesting them. And Rashidi had to understand it. But once again, what adjustments did he make? What adjustments? It separate the good from the great. Being able to make adjustments inside that square circle, those battlegrounds, separates the good from the great, bro. We seen it. Rashidi ran into a guy who was super tough, man. He fit the bill. He looked the part. He played the part. Villa was tough. He was a little bit wild. He's not the most technically sound boxer, but he is tough. He's not a dude you want to fuck with in the street. He's tough, man. Villa stayed the course. He loaded up on his punches. A lot of them missed early on, but he kept the pressure. Pressure burst pipes, right? Well, guess what? Rashidi's legs ran out of air. He was running on straight flats. He was on the rims, y'all. His shit was soft, mushy. I mean, he was done. He didn't have no more legs. You know what they say about legs? You generate power from the legs. The waist and the legs is everything, right? He didn't have anything. He didn't have an adjustment. He didn't have anything, y'all. It was over. It was done. Ghost said, to me, Rashidi still won that fight. I had a 114, 112. 43 seconds of the ring time in 2 years. For sure, play the fact that he will be back. He got some stuff to work on. True words, Ghost. I feel where you're coming from. But if you've been out the ring for that long, 43 seconds in 2 years, right? Why would you have a game plan to move that early on in the fight? And that game plan doesn't change. You don't have an alternate. You don't have any options. You don't have any plans of fighting that way on your back foot for, let's just say, 6 or 7 rounds. And then you're going to lock it in, hold your ground. You know what I'm saying? Take some stress off your legs a little bit because they're fatiguing, and fight. You showed that you had defense. That's all I always tell about these fighters, man. Can they box on the inside? They should get with James Toney, man. Why don't these fighters box on the inside like that? They criticize Tank for freaking getting touched up sometime, but Tank know how to box on the inside. Anyway, good point, man. Cristiano say not requesting a full refund for last night, but 1725 should be returned for that C plus event. God damn, it turned into a C plus event, dog. Damn. So y'all was weighing heavy on the main card, huh? So what you did was extract Brandon Lee, Fistiana. So I'm guessing you weren't even looking at Brandon Lee. You weren't looking at Vito Melnicki. I thought the Demetrius Andrade fight was good. I did. I thought it was good. It was a lot too much talking from Demond Nicholson. But as far as the time off operation, getting back in there, just like we was talking about Rashidi, just like we was talking about Andrade. Andrade passed the test with the time off and going in here and putting on that performance. I just felt he had the much more thorough, solid performance for coming back to the ring. Rashidi Ellis, early on, he looked sharp. He was shaking his shoulder, dancing and shit. And he didn't have a plan B. He didn't know how to shut it down a little bit, conserve energy, and just focus on landing some good shots, pivoting on the inside, turning his opponent, clinching. I mean, goddamn, bro. The only time you clinched was when you was hurt. But I understand with the dang refund. Unfortunately, I spoke to the higher ups there, Fistiana, and they said they wouldn't be able to accommodate you at this time. But what they can do is, just keep you abreast of the next pay-per-view and encourage that you tune in for that one. They'll try to do better next time. Maybe that pay-per-view is, Spence Crawford, to get your motivation back up. I don't know. Rashidi has a great jab, but no punching power. A level competition without boxing. I thought Rashidi boxed pretty good. I just didn't know. Like you can still box and have no power. I thought he boxed fairly well, but I was just waiting for him to stop boxing off the back foot and box on the inside. This guy was just loading up on punches, and it seems like to me Rashidi could have seen all that was being thrown his way. It just felt like this guy was kind of slow, predictable. Rashidi seemed to be attentive early on, could see everything this guy was throwing, wasn't getting hit for too much. And I always put it out there that fatigue will bring a knockout. Fatigue will bring a knockout, man. Either a knockdown or a knockout. Fatigue would do that. And we've seen it with Rashidi. The boxer's mind on deck. W says, I know this boost came in the ring smaller. The IBF ranking rules are that on fight night, a fighter can only rehydrate 10 pounds over. Could the IBF ranking rule have affected Boots' performance? Man, nothing affected Boots' performance. For real. Like, look at the planning process of Team Boots. Do they not know which sanctioning body they have on their calendar? Is that not their forecast? This man has 30 professional wins, their boxer's mind. There's no excuse. That's definitely not an excuse that him rehydrating and all that. No, that's not an excuse at all, man. They should be well knowledgeable about anything. 10 pounds over. So you got to come in there 10 pounds to be able to be like, okay, I'm comfortable. I feel good and strong. No, I can give you a suggestion. I can give Boots a suggestion. Move up. Everybody want to brag just like they did with Spence. They was bragging how big Spence was. He's the boogeyman of the division and all that. He's been in that division for I don't know how long. And then when it got to Alejandro Barrera, he decided to settle into freaking the welterweight division. So now we have Boots, who's considered big for the welterweight division. Now all of a sudden it's a rehydration deal? Nah. No. We ain't doing that, shawty. Boots is what it is, man. He knows what he has to do. Boots is nothing more than a professional amateur. He's not ready for Thurman, Spence, or Bud. Damn, 2 up, 2 down on deck with the fire. Hot grease in the pan, bro. Ready to cook. Yeah, Boots need more time, man. Y'all on Boots' head, man. Villa wasn't playing, no doubt. Shout out to Shot News Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shot on deck. What it do, brother? Fonzo said 2 up, 2 down. He's still a little green, but he young and just need rounds. Oh man, hey, I gotta finish with CD because y'all, some of y'all tripping, man. I appreciate y'all input, man. Y'all giving Boots a bed of roses, bro. Y'all picking pebbles. Boots, walk this way. These are fresh white and red petals, please. We just picked them, yeah, from the Tanzanian island. Yeah, we want to give you the proper welcome and introduction to this fight card in DC. We love you. It's so much hype riding behind you. Just let us know anything you, man. Come on, bro. Why y'all damn calling this dude? He has 30 professional wins. Stop playing. This man is supposed to be the next best great killer. You know what I'm saying? Champion. Then the one to do it all, the one to go out here and annihilate the top competition and Bud Crawford and Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. I didn't see it yesterday. I didn't see it, bro. The bicycle caught 2 flats in the 10. It did, man. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know, bicycles supposed to, you know, run without tube. You have tubeless tires. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't get the tubeless tires. Showtime. Maybe he didn't get the tubeless tires. But back to Rashidi, because I'm about to be off Rashidi. Rashidi is the flash in the thumbnail. Rashidi, you know, his alias is Speedy. I guess it was all about the rhyme and Rashidi Speedy. You know what I'm saying? I guess they was looking at it like it sounds good. And for a moment, he seemed like to have pretty decent speed. But as we know, any type of transport, Segway, vehicle, whatever, it basically is fueled off something. It is in the energy is coming from somewhere. There's a source, whether it be electric, whether it be gas. Rashidi he pretty much ran out of both of those. He ran out of both of them. And it was so bad that the man couldn't barely stand up. Like he was so fatigued, his legs was done. And that's the worst position a boxer can be in, bro. When you have a fighter like Villa that was pressing down on that ass. Like he was pressing down. He was landing. And once he had him park benched on the rope, he was landing them hard shots. Hey, man, he didn't have those legs to damn move out the way like he did earlier. I hope he get it together. For real, I hope he get it together. He may be able to recover. He wants a rematch. I know he felt down yesterday. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, it's boxing. You either good or you great. Rashidi was considered to be good, destined to be great. That's where he at with it. You know, just work on some things, man. You got all that speed. A lot of people, you know, I was talking to some people in some different chats. They was trying to say that's exactly how it's going to be with Javante and Devin. If you don't have power to keep these dudes off of you, you know what I'm saying? Even regardless if you can box, it's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to stand your ground. And the weapons are different for each person that makes that decision. The weapons are different. You stand your ground, you better have the weapons to defend yourself. And he just didn't have it. For Demetrius Andrade, Mon Nicholson, I felt that Andrade came in there, man, and pushed the pace. I like what I was seeing from Andrade. I know there's a lot of people that was giving him criticism. I didn't know what more you wanted or expected from him. He pretty much gave you what we figured he would give. Like he gave you the energy out the gate. You know, Andrade is a nice, mean dude. Like he's a very nice dude, but you got to give it up, man. He went in there and fought. It wasn't no boring ass fight per se. It wasn't no sleeper, man. Like with Damon Nicholson talking shit the whole time and banging his gloves together and trying to hype himself up, it still didn't deter Andrade from handling business. And he got the shit done. I mean, I like what I seen. He got the shit done, bro. So I'd like to see him with Amal Charlo, or anybody up there at super middleweight that has a pretty decent name. I don't know if he's going to get the Caleb Plant, David Benavidez winner. I don't know about that, but I would like to see if anybody's going to move up from 60 or whoever the case may be. I'd like to see him in there again, man. You know, put some respect on Demetrius Andrade's name. He wasn't a bum. He ain't never been a bum. He just, you know, one of those guys who is not a fan favorite, had a hiatus, but yet last night he came in there and boxed. I got to give him his love, got to give him his salute. Real talk. Had to. Seriously. Alfonso said he has 30 fights, and according to him in his camp, he's the boogeyman. Boots ain't that guy. And 2 up, 2 down, goddamn swinging the motherfucking blades this morning on a Sunday. Did you go to church 2 up, 2 down? Did you ask for forgiveness, man? Because you coming in here with them blades out. For real. Put your hands up. Damn. Alfonso say Boots make green mistakes. Talk that, man. Yes, sir. Boots makes green mistakes. Anybody who knows that is a tyro. Green mean novice. Novice mistakes, tyro. Admiring his work, doesn't judge distance all the way. Doesn't move head off the line. Little to lose the way he steps out the pocket. Let's take a look. Right, let me show y'all again why I say what I say about Boots, right? People need to be reminded. People need to be reminded. And I'm going to get back to you, Alfonso. I'm going to get back to you, Alfonso, for sure. But I want to bring up something right quick. Excuse me. That is Jaron Ennis, right? He's 25 years old. His opponent was 1 year older than him, 26 years old. Jaron Ennis is 30 victories and 0 defeats and 27 knockouts. I say this all the time. I say it again. The longest boxing allow people to get off the couch and get into the sport without zero to none. I mean, little to none amateur experience, right? They're going to continue to have boxers inflate their record with the numbers because the numbers look good. The numbers case for Jaron Ennis, but the criticism that he's receiving is the fact that he's positioned himself in the talking points of being one of the best at the welterweight division, but he hasn't been able to open the curtains on the big stage yet with that top name standing across from him. He hasn't been able to have an Errol Spence yet. He hasn't been able to have a Bud Crawford or Keith Thurman. Sean Porter is out of the picture. He hasn't been able to have a Virgil Ortiz, which him and Virgil Ortiz are somewhat on the same level, but Virgil Ortiz has a better resume than Boots Ennis. That's fact, no matter how you look at it. So Jaron Ennis is 30-0, right? And we go all the way back down here, 2016. He started out with a 1-9, 0-1, 0-4 guy right here, 3-12, 1-3. Nothing unusual. You know what I'm saying? Some guys build up their record, inflate their records like this. All right. 2-4, 4-2, 3-4, 28-16, 20-12, 25-26, 16-20, 6-2, 17 wins, 12 losses, 5 draws. We on Leon right here. All right. Jimenez, 3-18, 23-14, i.e. Bruce. We up here. That's i.e. Bruce. I mean, Leonel Jimenez, 35 years old right now, 5-31. Just wanted you to see that. All right. I.E. Bruce, 23-14. George Sosa, 15-10. You know what I'm saying? He stopped him. He fought him back in 2017. So let's click on George Sosa right quick. See what this overall record looking like. See what he's did career. You know what I'm saying? Let's freelance a little bit. Just like it says, 15-12. The man haven't fought since 2018. I wasted my clicking time. We go to Gustavo Garib. 13 knocked him in the 4. 23-17 right here. Mike Amartis 26-10. Armando Alvarez 18-0. Fought him in 2018. So let's talk about the O's. In 2018, it's 2023. And in 2018, July 2018, he fought this guy Armando, which has the first real solid, numbers game right here, 18-0. If you go back down, there's really nobody on his record at this point. But this dude's 18-0. He stops him in 3 rounds. Raymond Money, 23-5. 19 right now. We in October, right? We in October 2019. Damian Fernandez, 12-1. God damn it. Why you do that? Damian Fernandez, 12-1. Then 2020, he fought Bakhtiar Yurubov, 14-1-1. He stopped him in the 4th. This is January 2020, pre-pandemic now. This is pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic. This is getting close to the present, current, reigning. Okay? Bakhtiar Yurubov, 14-1-1. The dude was short as hell. Won a brew. September 2020. Stopped him in the 6th round. And then we all know Chris Van Heerden, the fight was stopped from a headbutt. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're in April 2021. He gets an opponent in Sergey Lipinets, who only had one loss to one and only 4-weight world champion, Mikey Garcia. All right? Yeah, yep, you're right. You're right. The same Mikey Garcia who they give Errol Spence super duper credit, you know what I'm saying, for fighting. So at this point in time, before Mikey moved back down to 135, he moved up to 140 and fought Sergey Lipinets. It was a good fight. Mikey ended up dropping him in the 4th and 6th round. At that time, Sergey Lipinets was reigning champion, and I mean, not 4th and 6th round. I think Mikey dropped him in the 7th round, but Jaron Ennis dropped Sergey Lipinets in the 4th and the 6th round. Lipinets was moving up from 140 to 147, and he had several fights then. I did a live stream on Jaron Ennis when he initially came into the rankings. And some of the shifts and moves that he made was when he was asleep. And some of the moves that he made after certain fights just didn't make sense to us. But when he finally came into the rankings, Sergey Lipinets came into the rankings out of nowhere. All right. So Sergey Lipinets was getting his fights out the way. And then they put him in there with Boots, and Boots finished him in the 6th round. Now, that was a measuring stick right there, because Lipinets was coming up from 140 and was considered a tough, viable opponent for anybody. He had been in there with the likes of Mikey Garcia, right? He was a former world champion. And that's the biggest name on Jaron Ennis's resume up to this point. That's the biggest badge on his resume. Then when we think about the ranking system, he fought October 2021 against Thomas Delorme. It came time for the fight Thomas Delorme. They moved him up in the rankings just for stepping in there with Thomas Delorme, who was coming off 2 losses, y'all. I can't make this up. He defeated Thomas Delorme in October 2021, and then he moved up another slot or 2 after the Thomas Delorme fight. For whatever reason, I have no idea, y'all. I have no idea. So he goes in there and fight Garcia Clayton. And once again, if they don't make me sign in, look at Garcia Clayton opponent before he stepped in there with boots. Look at this. Look at that right there. 18 victories, 19 defeats. 19 defeats. 1-9. Uno nueve. Uno nueve. He had 19 losses. And Garcia Clayton went 10 rounds with this dude. I'm putting it up there. Garcia Clayton was another opponent provided as food for Boots, and he finished the meal. He finished the meal. He didn't take long. He got him up out of there in 2 rounds, y'all. Now he steps in here, Karen. You know what I'm saying? A Pakistan fighter, 26. Let's click on Karen. So y'all won't think I'm just capping. This dude is 26 years old, bro. Ukraine boxer, 5'9 and a half. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He looks like there's, you know, a mercenary inside those eyes. Look at those eyes, bro. Those eyes are seeing different type of freaking travels than some that we West through you. Looking at, just looking through you. He's looking through you. I'm just saying, dude is looking through. You go to Jerron Ennis, he's just posing for BoxRec, and I don't dislike him at all. They ain't did nothing to me, but I just got to keep it a buck. His pops, Bozy, salute to you, but you was getting on Buzz head about how long it took him to finish David Evans. I asked this question to pose to your son. Like, what happened, bro? What happened, man? You know, like really, what happened last night? And I'm gonna leave that question out. Like, what happened? It seems like he's supposed to be this ultimate switch hitter, a guy who can change his damn frames for you and give you different looks. They are like this is the ultimate one. He does it better than anybody. Crawford, you know, they say, oh man, he doesn't even come close to Boots. Boots does it way better. I heard several channels out here bigging Boots up. I bet they're quiet. I bet they're quiet this week. I bet they're not going to keep on and go in here and say, you know what, there's some criticism to be given. Let me give it. I bet you they don't. They're going to stay silent because they're trying to hop on the next wagon. That's all that is. Just because you have criticism of a fighter don't mean it's personal. If I have to explain that to somebody, then there's no need for us to have a conversation. Boots didn't have a plan B last night. Like he was just like Alfonso said, Boots was just leaping. He was leaping on the inside, like depending on some haymaker to land on his opponent just because he has the athletic gift. He's still young, bro. If you're that young, you need to tighten up. You was just leaping in there, reckless. I mean, it didn't even look like you was a polished fighter, man. Like when you was fighting on the inside, it just seems like you was going through the drills. I didn't see anything special. I didn't see as if you was thinking in there as a fighter. I didn't see it play out in front of us. A lot of people have high hopes and dreams that you're going to be the next big star. Even myself. From the eye test, you look good. But, you know, my only gripe was your resume is trash. You're not trash. The hors d'oeuvres that you have on your resume needs to be upgraded to the entree. All I'm saying, you have hors d'oeuvres, you have snack packs. That's what you have on your resume. And last night, You went in there with a guy who's not a snack pack. He's legit. And you didn't have a plan B, bro. I was disappointed there, Boots. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Jerron. Jerron, I was disappointed because so many people hype and talk you up. You this, that, and the other. Listen, I'm gonna have to go off what a coach told me. I'm gonna have to go off because look, I really need to start writing down some of the shit he say. A coach told me, all I want to do is see the killer. Where's the killer? They say he's a killer. He's this monster. Where is the killer? We didn't see the killer last night. We seen a guy who can follow a boxer around the ring. We seen a guy who can box, but you wasn't going life or limb with freaking Korean to the point where he decided in the 12th round to switch it up. Korean made the adjustment and switched it up. He was on his bicycle most of the fight. He was catching you with some solid counter shots. I'm not saying you didn't land on him, bro. You absolutely did. You landed on Korean. You absolutely did, bro. But when it comes to the talent, who you are over here on the U.S. boxing footprint and globally, you're supposed to have a much more cleaner performance than you did with that Kazakhstanian fighter, because he was considered a nobody, and you were supposed to go in there and, like you said, post-fight conference, get him up out of there. You didn't get it done. So just like y'all was criticizing, I'm not saying y'all isn't Team Ennis, but just like y'all was criticizing Crawford for fighting Avanesian, come on, man, y'all got to go up here and criticize this dude too. You got to criticize Ron Ennis as to what? Why he couldn't make adjustments, collect the data, and go in there and use all that God-gifted athletic ability to show us that you have that closing killer instinct. Bro, you didn't do it, bro. You didn't do it. Don Vaughn on deck. You didn't do it, Boots. You didn't do it, brother. You're 30-0, 27 knockouts. And Korean, a 21-1 fighter, gave you your best work. He gave you your best work. And shout out to Jim Gray. I'm gonna give you a pass, Jim Gray. You said, how does it feel going the distance for the first time? I'm gonna give you a pass, Jim Gray. Because you said, how does it feel going the distance for the first time? That's not the distance. Obviously, looking at his record. I'm just saying. I just threw that out there, Mr. Gray. You might have been having a long night, or you was spooked a little bit about some shit that was going on in the audience, you know, that was building up rather to the main event. I don't know, bro. I feel you. I think he needs Thurman level of opponent to still see his ability to adjust and make corrections in the fight. 30 fights and not too many B-plus fighters where he wants where he went rounds. Look, anybody who's speaking on adjustments, I'm on board. I'm absolutely on board with adjustments. If you are boasted to have all this athletic, gifted talent, a fight like this against an opponent that's not supposed to be anything of a problem, that's when you display. That's when you show out. That's when you make it look easy. It's levels to this shit, y'all. See, y'all look at Crawford being 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? 10 years the elder of Boots Ennis. But yet, by judging his performance yesterday, we're still saying if he steps in there with Crawford, and you're talking about matching up boxing IQs, you're talking about physical pros and cons. Who sees Boots going in there beating Crawford? Who sees Boots being able to make adjustments against Crawford? I mean, Boots wanted to follow Korean around the ring most of the time and then just lunge in there with anything. Like the people that's in the chat saying it. He didn't even calibrate his distance correctly. He was just leaping in, bro. And then when you chose to fight on the inside, it wasn't like you was just picking your punch placement for the set up any traps, like to really land your punches in places to set them traps and break down your opponent, to do it consistently. I know you was going to the body, But sometimes when Korean was moving, he was using lateral movement. It's almost like you was doing shit that you was doing sparring. You know what I'm saying? You was just trying to set him up and do some okey doke, some out of the blue shit. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Bro, you should have tightened up. You should have shown that, hey, my skill level is much more on a higher level. Let me tighten up, buckle down, and really show this dude I can get him up out of there. No, man. Korean was playing, bro. He was doing what the hell he want. You couldn't stop it. You couldn't stop it. See, the difference between Rashidi Ellis and Villa's situation is that Rashidi was boxing, right? Rashidi was boxing, and he was landing some shots on Villa, but yet Villa was landing shots on him too. But both of those guys, comparable to your fight, Jaron Ennis, they seem like they had a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Rashidi Ellis was countering, and he was in there thinking about, okay, what counters? Where am I going to counters, and what counters I'm gonna hit him with? He pretty much knew the guy was going to continue to press him and press him and press him. He pretty much knew what was coming his way the entire time. Villa's mentality was to walk him down, cut off the ring, and try to hit and break this dude down and slow him down, slow those wheels down. And he was effective. Both of these guys had like a purpose to the madness. With y'all, with you, Jaron, and Corinne, it just seems like y'all was just playing, follow the leader a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And you was seeing shit what he was doing, like he was moving back and forth. He was playing around like, let's play tag, so to speak. You had to cut off the ring, bro. It was up to you. You're supposed to be more polished fighter. You're the one that has all the hype behind you. You have to make an adjustment to stop this dude from just doing what the hell he want to. You couldn't do that, Boots. You could not stop this dude from doing what the hell he wanted to do. What about the switch hitting? What about the switch, different stance, the orthodox to unorthodox, bro? Where was that at? I guess it don't work. I guess they don't want to give you the same criticism they give Crawford. Crawford started for no reason. He just do it. There's no really purpose behind it. And then he goes to Southpaw. That's when he really finished the fights. Well, guess what? What happened with you, bro? Orthodox to Southpaw what's going on? That was really no plan with that. You couldn't switch up. I don't know, man. Somebody needs to go back to the drawing board and see what's popping with Jaron Ennis and see where he's at, because it's almost like he was doing some shit you do inside the gym sparring when you just playing around with guys coming in there for work and you want to show out because there's a good number of onlookers, outside the view on the ring apron. It was that type of showing. You know what I'm saying? You was showing that you can walk somebody down, but you didn't show you can cut off the ring and slow them down. You can walk them down, but you couldn't convince us. You didn't convince us that you can slow them down. Stop them. You get in the post-fight conference, you tell Jim Gray, I could have did a whole lot of things better. I should have got him up out of there. I could have got him up, whatever he said. He could have got him up out of there, or he should have got him up out of there. Either way it goes, he went the distance with you, bro. Andrade know how to fight, just can't get the big fight. He's going to get the big fight, I believe, based off that performance. Balash was good. On deck. Facts, bro. That's all that needs to be said. Boots, better stay far away from Bud. WJ Luckett, what's good? 12 with Karen. Man, y'all better stop, dog. They already screenshot motherfuckers over here, dog. Y'all better stop. WJ Luckett came in here, god damn. Open fire, man. He came here on open fire, dog. He said Boots just won 12 rounds with Korean Kardashian. He better stay the hell away from Bud Crawford. God damn. He put the K's together, y'all. He put the K's together. Korean Kardashian. Damn. Go say Rashidi was doing amazing. He just needs to work on pacing himself a little better and working on a plan B. You cannot go into a fight with one plan and nothing else. Listen to the coaches too. No doubt. I totally agree, man. But to look at tape on this dude or spin the reel on him, whatever, and to come in there and say, hey, guess what? We've been out the ring for this amount of time. We're going to go in here and fight off the back foot. Like, who in his corner couldn't tell him, hey, pace yourself. You know what I'm saying? Ring rust. Hey, you're doing a lot of moving in there. I don't know if you have it to take all the way to the finish line, but every now and then you're going to have to box, son. You got to stand there and box. Shout out to Haynes Legacy on deck. Salute to you, brother. Fishiana say people have been talking like Boots was the second coming of Sugar Ray Robinson. What we got last night did nothing for those that saw him for the first time. Nothing. Nada, bro. And it just seems like the people over there in that gym was just hella interested in dogging the fuck out of Crawford. And I'm saying, hold up. What are you doing? Hold up. So you're not going the WBO route, but you're going the IBF route. So are you trying to stay in the good graces of Spence to get the fight? But yet, one of the fighters that the YTC is really pushing for you to fight is Bud because he's 35 years old. But yet, you say you submitted a request to the IBF for Boots to be in this position to fight Errol Spence. I get it. But most of the time when the video surface from your gym, y'all dogging out Crawford, especially for the Avenesian and Black Prime situation. Y'all was dogging them out. I just want to know what the videos are going to be like when y'all step back in the gym this week. What's going to be? Come on, man. You're subject to criticism for everybody else, man. Just like Fisciano said, they thought he was the next coming of Sugar Ray Robinson, bro. That's what they thought. He was the next coming of Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not saying he done. That's one fight. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. That was one fight. But that was one fight on the top of the heap of other fights that don't mean anything to none of us. That's all. That opponent that you just went the distance with, like I said before, it's not the first time you went the distance with a fighter. It's just the point you went the distance with this fighter, bro. You went the distance with this fighter, Corinne. As WJ Lucky say, Corinne Kardashian. Yeah, we're gonna throw some aliases up in there. You know why? That's what they did with David Avenesian. So what's good for one is good for the second, right? So let's not get all political and goddamn talk about hate. Y'all made up 20 different names for Avenesian just because Crawford was fighting him. Don't get selective amnesia, man. Bruce Gas, Boxer, Jackson Moore. Salute to you, OG. How you feeling, man? What's good? Boo said he was the best fighter in the world. I'm not mistaken, right? So the criticism is well-deserved, family. All I'm saying. But, when I'm going to fight, I get a little, I'm getting some different looks from people who I thought I was cool with. They feel some type of way because I was criticizing Boots a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for you. It's okay for you to have those individuals over there say what they say about Crawford. And just because you have access to do what you got to do, but then your fighter is saying he the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And we just waiting for him to go in here and prove to us he's him. We're waiting on you to prove that you're him. That's all we're waiting for, Jerron. And look, don't act like we're canceling you out, bro. We ain't canceling you out at all. All I'm saying is the gym you in, y'all was hella on Crawford with mad criticism. Like it was a storm of criticism that he fought Avenesian. It was just a storm. He couldn't do shit right. He ain't fought nobody. Sean Porter wasn't shit. Kell Brook wasn't shit. Errol Spence did this better. Errol Spence did that. Y'all was up there diluting Crawford shit. But guess what? It doesn't look as easy as it appears, huh? When Crawford goes in there and get these guys up out, I'm going to tell you, the only way I feel that Boots has a chance with Crawford is that Crawford comes in there with no corner. You know what I'm saying? No chief second, no cut man, no nothing. Don't have anybody with a voice over there to tell Crawford anything. When Crawford flips on a switch like he does, bro, if you say you're behind on the scorecards, don't have nobody that's close enough to tell him that, bro. Because you're only making the situation worse. Make sure he gets some good gloves. If you don't have good gloves and shit split, they say, Crawford, we need to inform you. We're going to switch these out at the end of the next round. You okay with that? He goes in there and stops the dude. And all I'm saying is, Jerron, like last night, man, you was just jumping and frolicking around the ring, hopping all around. I wanted to put on some goddamn music and shit, bro. I just want to put on some soothing music, some happy, harvesting summertime music, to take us away from the cold winter. You was just hopping around, just throwing shots and just hopping all around like you was over there doing some ballerina shit. No, you should have just tightened up, remain disciplined, man, and let your hands do the talking. You look too free-spirited, bro. For the level for which they're putting you on right now in boxing, you can't go in there so free-spirited and don't get the results you're looking for with that. Like, it was so much that I'm just saying, Jerron, like they just like it was saying, they said you was the next coming of this, that, and the other, and you'll knock this person out and knock that person out. But yet, in the 12th round, Korean Kardashian, he chose to bang it out with you for the entire 12th round. So therefore, on the back end, you couldn't prove to us that he was giving you what you wanted. Just imagine if he would have gave you that energy the whole fight. Would have been a different outcome with you. Could you slow him down and stop him then? Because he pretty much stood in the pocket with you in the 12th round after using movement from 1 through 11. He chose to stand there and bang it out with you to close the fight, bro. So you tell me, man, it wasn't like you had a long trip. Shit. It wasn't like you had a long trip down there, bro. You was in D.C. Nobody jumped off the card last night. The Villa Ellis fight was the lone highlight. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. But we just have to make it a point to address everybody, just like we address the other fighters, just like we address Errol Spence, just like we address freaking Bud Crawford, Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz. I'm not gonna lie. Virgil Ortiz has been through more adversity than Jerron Ennis in the welterweight division. He showed he can go through adversity and then he get right back in that motherfucker and he get grimy. Virgil Ortiz would get grimy. He'd get on the post-fight conference and say, I'm ready to fight the top names. And Jim Gray say, well, do you think that's smart? Are you ready for the top name? I don't care if I'm ready or not. He said, well, maybe you should get back with your team and see if that's, I can understand. I can salute him for having the cojones, man. I can salute him for his courage, but he's been through more adversity than Boots. He showed he can get back up and get down. He's shown it. He has a better resume than Boots, and to me, he has a bit more dog in him. To my opinion, Boots has the better resume. So when it was time for him to get down and get with it, he did it. Alfonso Boots' opinion on too much on his athleticism than superior technique. His athleticism is a notch down than a RJJ who would get away with making technical mistakes. True words, man. Talk that. Very great summation right there. Solid summation, bro. Roy Jones had them legs. He had that mad speed, and he can get up out of situations. It's a difference between your athleticism and your boxing IQ. You have athleticism, but the boxing IQ you displayed seemed like you still loose-ended a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you still have some development stages to go through on decision making. That's all I'm saying, Boots. Like you're athletic as I don't know what. You fit the bill, you look the bill. You know, I heard you be fucking dudes up in sparring, all that. But you had a Pakistani fighter in there that's 1 year older than you or less. He wasn't as built and aesthetically gifted as yourself. He didn't come in there with muscles. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that physique and what people oohing and all about. He just looked like the average dude. He looked like the average dude. And he showed zero fear of who you were. He did move a lot, but pretty much, Boots, it was up to you to slow that down. And it just seems like you didn't have a damn plan to do that. What do they praise Crawford for there, Boots? They praise Crawford for making adjustments. What do they praise him for when he make the adjustments? The results from those adjustments. That's what they do. They praise him for the adjustments and they praise him for the results of those adjustments, brother. That's what they do. Appreciate good point there, Alfonso. Go said Demetrius looked pretty rusty while being rusty and still adjusting to the weight. That was a 100 to 88. He was so comfortable. He started singing around 7. I think he looked good for the time off, man, as far as letting his hands go and really staying engaged in the fight. Like some people, they want to play it safe and get the victory out the way, but it was moments in there where his engagement to Damon Nicholson was pretty damn active, man. Like he wasn't in there trying to preserve shit, playing it safe. He still went in there and boxed smart. He boxed smart. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think he did very, very well, man, to be on the battlefront once again. Trying to catch up to the chat, people. Bear with me. You know, but we're about to get this straight, man. Damn. I'm on my feet. And you know what? You coming off the bench for a reason, goddammit. You goddamn turned off and a commission for a long time. Shit. After the fight in the post-fight press conference, he was too moody. Let me see who you're talking about right quick. This is Balash. See, man, this PC is tripping, yo. Man. But the bust you. After the post-fight conference, he was too moody, knowing he didn't do who is he? Abu Balash? Bro, I'm gonna coin that phrase. It was too moody. So talking about Boots, all eyes Boots is not, but I will bet anyone on it. We said, what's going on? Good. What are we still waiting for my Waffle House? Hey, bro, something there, man. I sent it out there. Everyone I told them, man, send me the Addy. I didn't get Addies. I don't think it was in there, bro. But I had one right up the street. It's one of the best Waffle House you'll ever eat at, bro. Believe me, I looked at their lineup. Ain't nobody. I'm clean. Shit, they different, man. They different over here, bro. For real. Clean them up. You know what I'm saying? Boots couldn't stop Kardashian. He ain't ready for Bud. He didn't, man. So I'm thinking y'all talking about Boots. Why would you be moody, bro? The one that should be moody is Rashidi. He's the one hopping and jumping around the ring, well in the way. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to catch this crazy freaking knockout, man. Hey, I'm back. And this is PC for real. It's not the starting lineup. My bad. I'm trying to catch up on these chats too. It's difficult to read all the chats, man. Y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone for being in the building. Salute to you. Damn, Balash, why you do the man Liddell like that? Damn, I'm way off. Hold on for a second. Got to go back up a little bit. Shout out to Tony Boswell on deck. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stopped in to show support. Salute to you, Tony. Much appreciated, brother. Big shout out to you and the fam, man, especially on a Sunday. Lil Flex Lewis on deck. Salute to you. What it do? And shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on deck with it, man. $10 super chat in the building. Salute WCS, my brother. Puss in Boots couldn't stop Kareem from calling the cops. Oh, the Karen from calling the cops. He couldn't, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't stop Karen from calling the cops, dog. And make it so bad that Gumbo, at the end of it, Karen started, oh, man, you ain't so tough. You ain't so tough. Come on. You ain't so tough. That's what Karen said. Karen said, you ain't no tough. You ain't so tough. Come on. Bang it out. Bang it out. That's what he told Boots. You ain't so tough. Come on. Show me. Show me. You ain't so tough. Damn. Damn, dog. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. One love to you, brother. Thanks for the support all the time. Appreciate the Bud support that's in the building also. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking out with Bud Crawford for a minute, and we just been telling the people what they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear who's better. You know, they done talked and muddied that man's name when it comes to Errol Spence. And then they try to throw him into the conversation with Boots, especially at the beginning of 2022. They didn't want to listen to what Timothy Smith was saying. So they say, oh, Crawford ain't fighting nobody, fight Boots. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, man. They ain't trying to fight Crawford right now. Wait to 54, dog. Wait till he retire and come back in an exhibition up the road or something. Maybe you can fight the man in his backyard for a freaking charity, and all the money go to the proceeds of a organization locally in Omaha, Nebraska. Maybe that can happen. For real. But people are not sold on what they seen last night. I'm just being honest. Expert genius on decks. Boots were getting hit with some clean shots by Corinne. A little much, yo. Just seeing some of it just now. He was getting hit with some clean shots, man. And that's part of what we're talking about when it comes down to it. Were you supposed to be getting hit like that? Was some of the things that Corinne was doing to you, Boots, was he supposed to, at his ranking, at supposedly his caliber of boxing skills, was he supposed to land that on Mr. Infamous? Come on, man. Mr. Best in boxing without the rankings? Mr. I can do everything all day, every day? Tony said Ennis needs to do some film study and fight a few more fighters with punch resistance and movement. No disrespect, but fighting low-level comp caused lackluster performance, and it showed last night. Look, what you gonna do right now? That Tony, you're basically driving people into a bit of a ruckus on a Sunday. There's people that's reading what you just mentioned, and they in church, and they had to just get up and go out there and drink a little cup of cold water. Exhale. Inhale. They hearing all this criticism about Boots, bro. They don't know what to do. They coming back into church. The preacher say, excuse me. Brother, are you okay? Is there something that I can help you out with? Come down here, brother. It seems like you need for me to lay my hand upon you and pray. Look, brother, come on. It's something that's weighing heavy on your heart. Come down here in front of the congregation. And do you have any of your buddies with you? Bring them down here too, because it seems like y'all are thinking about the same thing. Come on, brother. Grab your friends and come on down here. Put your phones in your pocket, please. Let me go place my hand on you, and so we can get you in the right frame of mind for Monday. I'm telling you, man. All this legit constructive, some constructive, and some is just criticism. But what Tony just mentioned, in my opinion, was constructive. You know what I'm saying? When they hearing all this criticism, no matter if it's on the left or the right, it's warranted. Because if you are this big time name that everybody loved mentioning, so I need to go up here and put up my thumbnail again. Because last night performance, it just reminded me a pair of dirty old military boots, man. You know what I'm saying? They still fit and everything, but they worn the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the benefit that I wanted from them. Seriously, I didn't. My brother XP, it's a family reunion now. Lydell, what you say was a little crazy. LOL, but entitled to your own opinion, my brother. Forgive my mans for that. You're welcome. Hello, Dan. Pop on deck. What's good with it, Pop? I would like to see Porter come out of retirement and fight Ennis and Virgil, because Thurman would give Ennis all he wants. Tony, I would say this. I would say Thurman, because he's still active, and supposedly he was in fight camp and he was getting in shape and all that. At this point in time, with the third accident, supposedly, he says he's gonna fight in April, May. So that means Thurman is probably just going to the gym, because he was in there, seemed like he was getting shape for fight camp or something like that. And he was looking like he was, he was in it. I wouldn't want Sean Porter to come back and fight Ennis, because now you're talking about a Sean Porter who's legitimately, officially in retirement. I would rather a 25-year-old Ennis fight somebody, because you can't use that age excuse with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Both him and Sean Porter, is up there. Crawford a little bit more. But if Sean Porter comes out of retirement after all the criticism that is given to Crawford for Kenny Porter saying he didn't see it in training and he wasn't there and he knew he wasn't, but you still showed up to the ring to collect that 4+ million. I wouldn't want Sean Porter to come back and get work with Ennis. No, find somebody that's in the ring already. Fuck it, give him Blair the Flair, goddamn it. He just got out the ring with Corinne Kardashian. Goddamn, give him Blair the Flair or something. Go knock that out. Blair's tough, man. Blair talk his shit. Put him in there with Blair the Flair. He pulled up on you at the fight with the Minky. Give him Blair the Flair. Give him somebody. Don't give him Rashidi, though. Hey, the bet was 7-12, so it worked out, but I fucked up parlaying with Boots. I wasn't expecting Corinne to make it. Shout out to the man himself, True Media Today, USA Boxing on deck. What's good with it, coach? In the building. Boots is very good prospect, nothing more, nothing less. Dang, coach put the prospect on him. See, I didn't even do that in my thumbnail. I just put some boots up there that was worn out and not like we believed there to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just some shit on display. Coach put the prospect on him. Coach put the prospect on a fighter that's 30 victories and 0 defeats. I bet Boots is running through the streets of Philly right now. Oh my God. Give me his number. Give me his goddamn number. Drop the Addy. This dude called me a prospect, Dad. He called me a prospect, dog. I ain't a prospect. I'm a contender. I'm a contender. Just like Wakanda. I am a contender. I am here to seek refuge as your king. I am no prospect. I am deemed a contender. Cooking with Sir Senior on deck, man. What's good? Boost did not do what was needed to win at a level to beat EJ and Bud. Absolutely. We all agree on that. And shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. Man, y'all be sure to check Coach out, man. Doing big things over there, man. Lighting up the place, man. Goddamn in the clouds right now. Go check him out. Sub to the channel, bro. Demetrius didn't look rusty to me. He looked very smooth and very in tune. I agree. Demetrius Andrade look good. He came out there aggressive. He got in work. He didn't come out there like he was just waiting and 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 waiting. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and boxed right out the gate, dog. I knew Boo Boo would look impressive. He did, bro. Cooking with Sir Senior said, yeah, Boo Boo had a good showing after such a long time out the ring. For sure. No doubt. No doubt. Man, make sure y'all hit the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Got 30 likes in the building. 30 likes in the building. Hit the like button, man. I'm not all about browbeating the listeners to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? But it would assist very much so if you hit the like button. Just unchamber that round and extend your, whatever you have to do, the joint of your distal on the thumb or your index finger. Just hit the like button, man. That's all you got to do. Just touch that motherfucker, dog. Tony said Demetrius looked good, in my opinion. I do believe Morrell will be his next opponent. Who else besides the winner of Plant versus Benavidez? They think Demetrius is food now in the stage of his career. Listen, if they match Andrade up with Morrell, I'm going for Demetrius Andrade, man. I think he's a better sound fighter. He has more experience. He's a former two-weight world champion. I'm not sold on Morrell. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And I'm not going to be petty and say he might be just a little bit older than what's said on paper. I don't know, man. But I have to go with Andrade on that. He has way more experience. I think that's gonna play a huge role in there with Morrell. It's just been some instances to me where, Morrell, he just goes in there and just let his hands go just for activity purposes. Like, this is boxing. You gotta set some things up. You gotta think in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta plan too. It's planning on the run, but you still have to plan. You have to set traps. You have to you have to go through some moments. Like, that's why they call it boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? You have to be educated about the process in there. I just think Andrade, when it comes to fighting Morrell, he's going to be the much more educated fighter. Come on, he has way more experience. He's been on the highest level. He's achieved that pinnacle. I'm going for Andrade if he fights Dave Morrell. I'm going in and out. My fault. Hold on. I don't know why we'll be going in and out. But I just adjusted my audio again. Like I said, I'm on my backup PC until I get back into the groove with finding out what's up with my other one. This is absolutely the backup coming off the bench. Was on timeout several times for fucking up. Trick Noche on deck. What's good with it, Trick? Can't call him boots right now. It's more like high heels. He was reaching, not cutting off the ring, and getting countered. He does not beat a Bud Crawford with a personal performance like that and no adjustments. True, man. Talk that, Trick. Let him know what's good, man. Let him know what's good. I agree. He can't do that, bro. Boots can't do that. He can't. Not on the level that they putting him on. I know it's always room for improvement. He's 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? But right now, off your performance, it's going to be hellfire, bro. People are going to be coming at you with hellfire. And you got to be willing to take it. Don't be mad. Just like you told Rashidi, tell me, oh, he mad. He mad. I mean, you gotta do the same thing, bro. You just gotta, buckle down, go back, get with your team, assess what needs to be changed up. And Boots himself is the fighter, so Boots' mentality has to change too. He has to mature. Boots has to mature in that performance right there, and the criticism that you're gonna get. You have to take it upon yourself. It's time for you to damn level up too, bro. You have to make some maturity changes too. You just hopping around the ring trying to get this spectacular knockout on a dude that's way smarter. You know what I'm saying? He was sneaky too. He was very clever with his defense. I was impressed with some of the movement that Corinne was able to get off on Boots. I was impressed. I was impressed with his reaction. You know what I'm saying? His reaction skills that he had, his reflexes rather. I was impressed with that shit. Now, as far as his overall performance in the ring, I wasn't impressed with that shit. But it's just the fact that he chose that strategy. And in some spurts in the fight, he was able to land some shots on Boots where I was like, bro, if that would have been Crawford or Spence, would you still be standing? Would you have been able to take those shots and still keep up? That activity just going around here with reckless abandonment. I don't know, my brother. But y'all make some very solid points. Jamal just moved to 175 after watching Boo Boo. I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt he would go to 175 because there's some killers up there, bro. There's some killers up there. Why would he want to go to 175 before Beterbiev or Beterbiev fights Anthony Yard? You know what I'm saying? He needs to wait to Beterbiev fight Anthony Yard before he go up there, because that might be very destructive. I'm serious. That might be very destructive. They talking like it's about to be a body. Much respect at Trick. No, I agree with your comment. Hey man, y'all hit the like button, bro. Y'all hit the like button, and appreciate Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, man, for that $10 super chat earlier. It does not go unnoticed, my brother. Salute to you. Maybe since I live with Arrow family, they won't even hear of Bud being Crawford. I've been telling them for 5 years now. Ennis and Butuayev next. He has to try and get some type of experience with better opponents. I mean, look, Tony, I look at it like he has the room to improve. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to extradite his entire performance and lock it up and throw away the key and say, you know what, he has no chance. I'm not trying to do that, bro. I feel he has a chance for improvement. He's 25 freaking years old. He has a chance, bro. But when it comes to the teeter-totter type shit that goes on when Bud Crawford is the topic of the conversation, and you have these channels taking half a year plus out of their lives to talk shit about the success, this man going in here making adjustments and getting fighters up out of there. Bud is going around there kicking through the damn playground, looking for old cans, empty cans, and freaking, balloons and shit. Like he's at a birthday party, just showing off. Like, hey, man, yeah, you boost, man, yeah. Oh, you boot? Oh, my boy over there, man, he boxed too. He said he's just as good as you. You know what I'm saying? All right, if we want to slap box, you can slap box, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to slap box, you can slap box, man. Dude, I'm him. Y'all ain't heard about me, man. Everybody's talking about me. I'm the next best, man. Sugar Ray Robinson. Shit. Thurman not getting Spence. Balash put him in the corner for going against Bud Savage. Hold on a second. So I think it was Tony to mention Butuayev. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Butuayev. What's some other opponents or fighters that you would like to see him fight? That's anybody. I'm proposing that to anyone that's in the chat. Who else you would like to see him up against? We have Butuayev. Who else? I said Blair the Flair. You know what I'm saying? I thought Crawford was 35. But look, if he's 35, 36, it's the same thing. It's when he becomes 46, it changes up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's still in his 30s as we know it. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is Mark Nash. He changed up. Mark Nash Live. What's good? What up, Mark? Shout out to Breaking Beats. What's good? I mean, you got to stop being delusional at some point. I agree, Balash. Definitely have to stop being delusional. All I want is equal playing field when it comes to the criticism that is spewed on the YTC. And, keep that shit honest, keep it leveled out, and don't be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because people, I'm not going to take this shit for a joke. Like, I'm never going to take it for a joke. We have the same people that's high on freaking denigrating Bud Crawford all the time, but they refuse to say shit about Spitz. And then the next person that they have on their radar is Boots. They know damn well they wasn't satisfied with the performance, but they'll talk in a private chat about it, but they won't come out here and place no criticism about it because they want him to come on their channel so they can talk about him. Hey, Team Menace, how you doing? It's nice to see you again. First of all, I just want to voice my grievances about World Combat Sports. You know of him? The old guy. If you don't, okay, great. He did a thumbnail. He just put some old dirty boots up there like they just didn't matter anymore. Did you see the thumbnail? If you didn't, I got it right here. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you knew I was out here. I don't believe the same thing, and you know what it is. I'm going to advocate against that. My protest antennas are always going to be up on that guy. But how's everything going? You good? Oh man, amazing performance last Saturday. Oh my God, you stole the night. Oh yes, you did. You stole the night. Oh yes, you did. I mean, you did absolutely what I believe was the perfect game plan. You went out there and you was landing solid shots all fight long, round for round. I didn't see any flaws in this game. I didn't see anything. You treated him just like he was a nobody. Like, hey, you got him up out of there. You did what you're supposed to do. You was lopsided on the scorecards. I mean, you basically taught him a lesson, man. That was a boxing clinic. And wasn't a couple of knockdowns in that fight too? No? Oh, I thought so. Man, I could have sworn you knocked him down, but the ref didn't call it. That's what these dudes gonna do, dog. They're gonna bloviate the freaking situation, dog. And Welcome to Sports. Do you think they are moving Ennis a certain way? He is 30-0 and hasn't showed any type of concern for paying or fighting a decent opponent. I've been on record as basically criticizing his resume. With criticism, right? You definitely have to look at how they're moving him because he hasn't fought anybody. The same way Bill felt some type of way about me criticizing Devin Haney's resume. It's not personal, bro. I'm just not on a platform with all these other guys that can criticize a resume, but yet they don't have access to these guys. But on the YouTube community, it's fair game too. You know what I'm saying? The man has 30 professional fights, bro. Just look at Canelo's 30 fights. Go to Canelo Alvarez. Do you want me to pull up Canelo Alvarez's resume for his 30 fights so we can compare? The only thing about it, Canelo has put them in his rearview mirror. But look at Canelo's 30 fights, bro. Look at Canelo's 30 fights. Do we really want to go pull up Canelo's resume and look at his 30 fights? So once again, I'm going to put it like this, Tony. In boxing, the format and the template allows people to inflate records, to basically, inject that into the numbers, build up the numbers, hopefully get recognized, sign with a promotion, and slowly but surely get to a point where they start to fight decent competition. Now, it's up to them to prove that they're better than the names that they have on their resume. And that's exactly where Boots is at right now. That's exactly where Boots is at, man. I can understand that people looking at his resume and they want to be extremely biased, but I'm telling you, I'm telling people, if you're looking at his resume and you refuse to criticize it or say anything wrong, but yet you'll criticize a 3-weight division, former undisputed resume, then you're a casual boxing fan. You're temporary. You know what I'm saying? It's certain topics of discussion you don't deserve to be a part of. And that go for Bozy too, because look at this, Bozy. When you criticize other fighters, you've been in boxing. I mean, look, I got mad respect for his pops and him, right? But I'm just talking about the boxing game, the reporting, the content creation, right? If you choose to criticize certain fighters, your son is a fighter, but that doesn't negate him from being criticized also. And when a person like myself criticize Jaron Ennis, I have to ask y'all, like, y'all been talking like Boost is just the next comment of a lot, but yet his resume doesn't put him any higher than some of the guys that's not even in the top 15. That's facts on my side. It doesn't even put him in a higher elevated status than some of the guys that's not even in the top 15, bro. They looking at his resume. He has Sergey Lipinets and a Karen. Do y'all understand me? Sergey Lipinets is still like one of those names that's considered the top name, 140-pound champion. That's still one of the top names. So ever since Sergey Lipinets, his next three opponents, the Thomas Delorme, the Cussio Clayton, and Karen, in my opinion, is not an elevation. It's almost like a de-elevation. It isn't continued to climb, man. His level of competition has not continued to climb outside of Sergey. I know he's waiting on Spence. Let's see what happened. I'm really tired of talking about that dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Errol Spence. Let's see what happened. That won't be good for Andrade. I'm telling y'all now. I bet money on that, Balash. If him and Morrell fight, I'm betting money on that, bro. Because just like y'all criticize Andrade for not doing this, I don't see anything. Listen, you got to put the disclaimer out there. I don't see anything wrong with freaking David Morrell. I just don't see him with that many fights being this absolute freaking Godzilla, this Cuban Godzilla that y'all talking about. Where's this Cuban Godzilla? Where's the movies at, bro? Has he fought King Kong yet? Has he fought King Kong? Where's his opponent at, bro? Should I pull up his resume too? We have Balash on here advocating and protesting. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all don't want that. Andrade don't want that. Andrade is a two-weight world champion, Balash. Get it together, brother. Get it together, man. He's a two-weight world champion, bro. And y'all going up here, hey man. If you're talking about Morrell, that's if you're talking about Morrell. Man, come on. Should we pull up his resume? Come on, man. Come on, bro. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Please, somebody help me. Why they pick and choose to give certain fighters with limited experience and certain fighters with way more experience? They pick and choose who they. This dude is 8-0, 7 knockouts, bro. He's doing nothing different than Edgar Berlanga when he was down. His wins equal his knockouts. Dave Morales did nothing more than that. He just fought a guy called Adios. That's who he fought last. Dude was 16-0. The beautiful part about that was the O on his record, he was unblemished. He ended up getting a KO in the 12th round. People was praising your boss for his toughness, but the man ended up in the hospital. The man ended up in the hospital, bro, and I hope he's doing well, for real, because he took a lot of punishment, real talk. Your boss took a lot of punishment, man. So I'm guess you all are going off the strength that the punishment that was delegated on your boss and put him in the hospital, now you're trying to allow that to register as if it's going to have the same effect on the Mitchell Andrade. Come on, Balash. you or anybody else, y'all can definitely not be on that type of energy. Definitely, you cannot be on that type of mental curriculum when it comes to your boxing education. You know why? Because Demetrius Andrade is not Adios Yebros. Not even close, bro. Not even, not even, not even, bro. Boo Boo can box. He got the skills to pay the bills. He can, bro. Alfonso Morris, they don't have them up there. Well, they got him down here, you know, and we enjoyed the shit out of that damn Waffle House for real. I enjoyed the hell out that motherfucker, boy. Just up the street too. The Waffle House is different over here in Buckhead. Everyone said Zerto was the boogeyman and Bivol ducked him 2 years ago. And look what happened. Think we got the same result with Demetrius versus David. Hey, man. But the only thing about that, Tony, David doesn't have the stature of a Gilberto Zerto Ramirez. At least Ramirez was a champion at 168, and he moved up, and he was waiting for his shot. He was Mexican. You know, he said, hey, I feel that Canelo should consider, fight Mexicans, this, and this. And he was kind of down leapfrogging the thought process over Dimitri Bivol. And Bivol being a smaller fighter, and Zerto just looking damn so big. Man, Bivol fought one of the smartest fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, right, Boots. If Boots could just stay there, I don't know, man. If he would have chose not to follow the guy around the ring and kind of implemented a plan like Bivol when he was fighting Zerto. Bivol doesn't use excess movement when he's in there. He's extremely calculated, methodical. I don't know, man. Maybe these guys should look at other fighters in different divisions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just do film study, bro. Not just on your opponents and people in your weight class. Do film study of the old, veterans, OGs in boxing. Do film study of fighters in this era in different divisions that pique your interest. Do something different, bro. We all know Boo Boo could fight. He just needed to fight. I agree with that. I think that is different. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good with it, Andrew? And big shout out to everyone that's in the building. Boo Boo put the brothers on notice last night. He in the backyard now. They're going to have to see him now. Lines only. It's me, Boo Boo voice. Hey, man. I don't know if them Charlos ever going to accept, just not holding grudges, man. Because now we're seeing it's not just the Charlos, but it's a Spence too. It might be something in the water over there on that side, bro. They sipping on the same type of beverage. Because you get Spencer saying, if I ain't fighting here, sound like Rolly Romero. But what I'm saying is a lot of these up-and-coming prospects are fighting anyone who can give them another win. But when it comes to someone with experience, it's a different story. True words. It's boxing. They continue to allow people to compete in a sport that's not regulated. And within that, you have the tough opponents, like I tell people, I keep on saying it. Not everybody's able to do what a Teofimo Lopez was able to do. Shakur Stevenson. These fighters with even Vasil Lomachenko. I mean, some of these fighters was very limited fights, was able to get that high recognition. Not everybody can do that, man. No one can say Tio didn't fight 3 tough fights back to back to back. From Masayoshi Nakatani, his height and reach difficulties, him being ranked higher than Teo, then Richard Comey. You know what I'm saying? And then coming in there fighting the top pound for pound guy That was like 2 on the pound for pound list, right? And Vasil Lomachenko, come on, bro. Not everybody can do that shit. Not everybody can do it. Did last night's show us why Boots never respond to Blair Cobbs? Multiple call outs. Boots Ennis versus Blair the Flair is a 50-50 fight. I like to see that. Especially right now with Blair, man. Shout out to Blair, man. One of the best interviewers in boxing. He would give you the intensity and energy that you're looking for. And believe me, if you one of those damn parishioners, you know what I'm saying? Those bowel thumpers, as they call it back in the day, you may not want to do an interview with Blair the Flair, goddammit. Hey, motherfucker, Blair gonna goddamn cuss out the mic, dog. But I like to see him stepping there with Boots. I like to see, especially after that performance last night, 50-50, dog. 50-50. Let's see it, 50-50. In Morrell case, he's fighting stiff comp in under 10 fights. Oh, my God. So, Balash is on something different tonight. This morning. He's on something different this morning. You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, I need to help Balash out because he's still young in life, man. He's very youthful. And, he may see things a bit more cloudier, than others. I don't know. But let me bring up David Morrell's box rec for the purpose of Balash. Balash is on the David Morrell bandwagon. So this is David Morrell. They say he's 24, but he's from Cuba. He's a southpaw. So I'm thinking 34, throw about a dozen on that. He's sitting at about 36. So he might be 36. You didn't hear from me, though. He might be about 36, dog. The man got full facial hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He might be 36. Anyway, I'm not putting no stereotypes out there. But he's 6'1", 78.5-inch reach. Look at that reach, y'all. 78.5-inch reach. That's impressive. But what Balash has mentioned, Balash said in Morrell's case, he's fighting stiff comp in under 10 fights. Let's see. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for something to validate what he said. Maybe it's Mike Gavronsky, 26-3-1. He fought Mike Gavronsky in his 4th professional fight. That would be at the halfway mark of his total resume as we see it, 8 victories in. So he fought Mike Gavronsky in his 4th professional fight. Mario Casares knocked him out in 1 round. He was 12-0. Should I pull up Mario Casares fight? His resume? Let's see what this resume looked like just for the purposes of Balash. 12-1. Okay. 12-1. So he fought David Morrell June of 2021. And he hasn't fought since. 6'1", 76-inch reach from Mexico, right? All right. And listen, Balash, you paying attention? I want you to pay attention to the green, white, and the red. Once again, I talk about this inflation because it happens in boxing. They're able to inflate records, my friend. Look at this guy's resume. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had all his fights in Mexico. And then for little David Morrell to inflate his record one more again. So he came over here one more again for the first time. And he left Mexico and came over here to the U.S. and they knocked in 1 round. Tough competition. That's what you said, Balash? Is that what Balash said? And that was his 5th fight. So we over the 50 percentile of his resume right now. We're exceeding the threshold of the halfway point. Serious. Alantez Fox stopped him in the 4th round, bro. Oh boy. Let's look at Alantez Fox resume. Should we? Let's look at Alantez Fox resume. 28-3-1. And for many people, they know who Alantez Fox is. They do. They do. He's fought one fight after he fought him in December 2021 and was stopped in the 4th round. Well, let's look at his resume. 17-11, 14-3, 27-1, 21-2, 21-7. I'm just looking for a name that really pops out and, you know, just give me a different type of texture of an opponent that we're looking for, because we need something outside of the numbers. We need something that stands out for the purposes of Balash. Because Balash said he's been fighting tough competition. A lot of people remember this fight with Patrick Day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pat Day. But I think we can leave this right here. I think we can pretty much leave this alone. And we're going to ask for forgiveness for Balash, because he you know, sometimes people type, you know what I'm saying? And they might have didn't want to press enter, but they did anyway. And they can't take it back. Boo about 35 or 36 by now, had a career of nobodies. But he's been a champion. Once again, we have to look at the format of boxing. Does it allow a boxer to inflate their record and become a champion with that same record? Not just in one division, but a multi-time champion in one or more divisions by inflating their record. Of course it does. It allows that opportunity. It has a gateway that's open in a non-regulated sport that allow fighters to inflate their freaking record. So when you look at a fighter like Andrade with 2 former weight divisions, what are you saying exactly? Everybody that's became champion has been fighting killers. When Canelo fought Rocky Fielding and pick up his another division in 168, did you consider him to be a killer? No. Nobody's going to talk about Rocky Fielding. Why? Why they're not going to talk about Rocky Fielding? Because he went up there to 168 and unified the whole division. Even though he didn't defeat all the champions, he defeated the ones that was holding belts. Morrell had a decent resume than Ennis under 8 fights. No padding, I see as of yet. What I would suggest you do is just go back and look at his resume, and within that resume, look into their resumes and those resumes and internal to those resumes, and you just continue to look at the resumes of the opposition that you see. I like how you downsize, you know what I'm saying, and you're at decent. You know what I'm saying? I like how you downsize it to decent. I'll take decent. You should have said decent early on now. I'll take decent. I'll take decent. But when you say tough comp, that's different now. When you say tough comp, I'll take decent instead of tough comp. Tough comp places at a different level when it comes to identity and recognition. Like you saying tough comp, oh, for real? Who he fight? But if you say decent, I'm gonna look at it like, okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. Oh boy, was decent. All right, it was decent. He got so and so on his record. Well, it's all good, Balash, man. It's all good. Like you said, it is an honest assessment. I'm just wondering where the criteria is seeping into your thought process to say that he had tough comp with that many fights. Put him in there with Edgar Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? I know Showtime mentioned the other night, you know, Edgar Berlanga was able to drop Demond Nicholson several times. Are we to look at Edgar Berlanga different now because Demetrius Andrade wasn't able to drop him the same amount of times or more than Edgar Berlanga? You know what I'm saying? If we want to be, you know, fluffy the time here, you know, should we do that? Should we really fluff the pettiness? Because right now, you know, Edgar Berlanga, I think he's still on a suspension for trying to become a cannibalist inside the ring like Mike Tyson and basically remove the left side trapezius of his opposition. Ennis has a lot of room for growth. If they try and start giving him and paying for better opponent, that's why I say these things, because of the performance last night, he can still evolve. I agree with that, Tony. Look, he's not only youthful, but he's in great shape. And we must take in consideration that Jerron is not out here in the streets displaying that he's living reckless life. He's living a healthy lifestyle. He's keeping in shape. That's why a lot of people are gravitating towards him, because that's what they want in Spence, but they can't get it from Spence. So you get the talent of a Jerron Ennis, staying healthy, looking the part, has his pops in his corner, has a solid team around him. That's what they're looking at. They say, okay, that's what we want. He's young. All right, let's get behind him. A lot of potential. Let's get behind him. He ain't out here drinking and doing all that shit, smoking and making himself look a certain way in the media. Okay, I like that kid. You know, he definitely has a gateway to involve. Absolutely, he does, bro. He has unlimited potential right now. But I'm just saying, last night, I just wasn't impressed with what I expected from all the bloviated hype. It's just not what I expected. No, I'm coming on later. I can't drop the link right now, brother. I got to take care of some things with mom. But, bro, don't feel no type of way about me conversing with my audience. It's not like that. It ain't no, you know, me dropping the link, I have no problem, but not right now. Maybe later on. Done dot on deck. What's good? Now, I can't say 42 fights versus nobody's. Listen to what I said, Balash. Listen to what I said, brother. I was comparing numbers. Jerron Ennis 30 professional fights to Canelo 30 professional fights. I understand where you're at, that it exceeds higher than that. I get it. And you're on point with it. I'm just saying I was comparing 30 for 30, just like the ESPN show. Okay? That's what I was doing. Let me talk about Gervonta, man. I want to talk about Tank. Because just like, unlike other performances that went on last night, shout out to Tank Davis. God damn it. Tank Davis, man, has proven that he is a superstar in the sport. He should be on pay-per-view. He's a very cerebral boxer. He is, man. He hunts like no other. Gervonta Davis hunts like no other fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he should be recognized not only for being one of the best fighters, but being one of the most dangerous fighters. Like, no one can sit up here and take Tank Davis for granted as if this dude don't know what's going on. Like, look at what I'm talking about. If you take Gervonta Davis on how he go up there and box, and his ring IQ, and you compare it to somebody who's a little bit younger than him in boots, it's no comparison, bro. It's no comparison. It's no comparison, bro. Tank is 28 years old, man. Dude has the God-gifted ability with dynamite in both hands, but he doesn't go out there and just run around the ring and just try to knock motherfuckers out. He used preliminary precaution too, but never to the point where he's being passive aggressive, reserved, inactive. No, he's always salivating. He's always on the hunt. He's always coming for you. You know it. Even if he ain't letting his hands go, you know something's coming. He's smart. And he defensively sound, bro. Now, there's some time where Gervonta did some things in his career where you saying to yourself, why is he being a little bit wild? Yeah, it's been some times. But I'm just telling you, this guy is the El Chin checker for a reason. He fought Hector Luis Garcia, right? He's talking about Tank is now 28 victories in and 26 knockouts. He fought Garcia, who was 16-0, obviously with nobody to the repertoire and credentials that a Tank has. He came up the division and he tried to stand there in the pocket. Salute to him for not being unwilling to give ground. He felt that two southpaws together, he had a little bit of what it takes to stand there and throw hands with Tank. First of all, you got to have a mental blade for that, and you got to have heart. He was possessing both of those. He showed his mental blade was sharp, and he showed heart. Within the heart come courage. He showed that shit. But once again, when I talk about Boots not being able to make adjustments and changing levels, Tank can. Tank can change levels, bro. When we think about Rashidi didn't have another level. Rashidi had one gear, one plan, and it resulted in him being dropped in twice in the 12th round. And people can say, well, he was robbed and he was this, that, and the other. But you got to understand, Villa won some rounds in between. But with Tank, though, he was able to stop this dude who made it back to his corner. He wasn't on his back. And he said, hey, I can't see out of my right eye. I'm blind. I can't see. Why was that? Why couldn't he see? Because Tank landed one of those damn hammer shots on him again. Shut down his neurological outfit, his whole facility, the headquarters, shut down the neurological headquarters. Had shit twitching and glitching in there. And he got down. He leaned over to his trainer and said, no, I can't see. Oh, Gervonta, his heart. Oh my God, my right eye, I can't see. Jeez. You know, he was in a bad place, bro. He know a minute is not enough time for him to recover. If he would have went back out there, Tank already knew he was dead in the water. He already smelled blood. So Tank was going to come back up there and punish this dude. And he could have ended up in the same position as your boss. He could have wound up in the hospital in a coma. The youngin want to duel with the sensei. I don't think he want to duel. It ain't nothing to duel about. It ain't nothing to duel about, dog. Especially not with David Morrell. It ain't nothing to duel, dog. It's really minimal conflict. Real talk. Oh, Balash feels I'm putting words in his mouth, but all I'm doing is just going off the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off the numbers and what you said. You feel I took it out of context. Got it. But Lash feeling some type of way. See, that's why I would like addressing people. The way I address you is just if we was having a conversation as men, bro. Why y'all be getting all bent? Just because I'm speaking to you respectfully, man. I'm speaking to you like an adult would. Hold up for a second. Hold up for a second. Hold up for a second, bro. Let me see. I'm looking for something right quick. Let me see. I'm going to resign from, but I can't put words in your mouth if you put it in the chat, brother. Back to Tank, bro. Let me see. Trick Noty, Big Blunts. These guys have the death to say he was the next Roy Jones. No, him and Roy does not have the same gifted ability. Not even close, man. Not even remotely close, bro. Morrell, just like Boots, passed the eye test with these competition. It takes one to disrupt the whole eye test theory, in my opinion. But Balaj said he's fought tough composition. It ain't no debating that. It's no debating that shit. He has 7 freaking fights heading up to his last fight where the guy went into the 12th round taking a beating. So we supposed to credit him for fighting tough competition because he went into the 12th round with Yerbos. It ain't meant to debate, bro. What tough competition has he had? And is it anything different than fighters we've seen come up? Back to Tank, man. I thought Tank did an amazing job with fighting Garcia, Hector Garcia. I thought he did an amazing job, man. He was very patient early on in the fight. Very patient. And sometimes where people just thought he was just going to go over there and let go. You got to understand, Tank is in close to his backyard. Baltimore's up the street. He's close to his backyard. His maturity stands out most for me with Tank Davis because he continued to show maturity, man. He continued to show improvement. People are looking at him like this dude is 28 years old. He continued to stop guys, right? It's not just can he stop guys anymore, people. It's how he's stopping them. Because like they said, when he continued to increase his level of opposition, he's expected to what? Maintain a high level of education because he's that guy. He has to maintain a certain level of education when it comes to his boxing curriculum. Now, of course, his curriculum consists of a lot of areas fighters don't have. Gervonta Davis is an all-around boxer. He has a chin. He has defense, offense. He has hand speed. He has knockout power. He is the entire package, which has been put out there. I even said it this forever and a day with Tank. The only person that can beat him is himself. He continues to improve when it boils down to it. He stopped this man in the corner. Damage come in many forms, right? But the visual is different. Damage come in many forms, but the visual is different. His visual allowed him to go over there to the ring when he was hurt, make it to the stool. And he just refused to come back out because he was hurt too bad. So instead of him making the headline news and Tank having a highlight reel knockout, putting this guy down face first on his back, he told his corner, I can't see out of my right eye. I can't see. So that's once again, he got Rolly up out of there, and then he got Hector Luis Garcia. Now it's time for Ryan Garcia next, which I'm looking at this fight right here, man. It's going to be real nice build up. It's going to be real nice. It's going to be real nice, man. And I don't know what y'all think, but if y'all didn't see the display of defense that Ryan Garcia is going to have to dealing with Gervonta Davis, man, come on, bro. It don't matter all that damn flash and all that speed. If you ain't putting your hands together and reeling off at least about 4 to 6 punch combinations on Tank and continue to keep that energy, push him back, and then be ready for him to push you back and have a response. Both of y'all have a common response. Somebody's going to go down. Somebody's going to fall out. Somebody's going to be put to rest. And we all know that Ryan Garcia is not known for fighting on the inside. He's not known for fighting off the back foot. He's not known for any of that shit. He is known for speed. He is known for having some type of power. He is known for having some type of power. But a lot of people is believing the hype, sipping the Kool-Aid, that all he has to do is go in here and they're giving him the same benefit they gave Rolly. He has a puncher's chance to go in there and land on Gervonta. That's all. He has a puncher's chance, people. And you prove my point, W says Demetrius has a lot of experience and can use his fundamentals to beat Morrell. Demetrius can adjust mid-fight. Can Morrell? True words, man. Just like we didn't see no adjustments from Boots Ennis, can we see adjustments from Dave Morrell, being he had never stepped in there with the opposition, the name of Demetrius Andrade, a former 2-weight world champion. He has to be able to make adjustments. It's imperative that these fighters know that. If you're going to praise Crawford for making adjustments and praise him for the results after he makes the adjustments, you have to praise him highly for that. Highly for that shit, bro. Spence and Charlo brothers are just petty. A lot of female energy coming from that way. Look how Virgil Ortiz beat a mover like McKinson and compare it with Boots versus Kareem. Good point, man. Good point. That's why I like Virgil. Virgil, man, I'm telling you, he's been through the adversity. He's shown that he can make adjustments in there. Hey, man, I say it again, man. That would not be an easy fight for Boots. That would not be an easy fight. One person that know how to fight on the inside is Virgil Ortiz. I saw Boots doing some, he was being able to make some. Let me back up. When him and Corinne did exchange, I didn't see where he was landing shots enough that Corinne wanted to back up out of it. Like I didn't see what Corinne was thinking to himself. Oh, I need to back up out of here. This is too much. I don't know why I'm this close to this guy. Let me create space a little bit and gather myself. I didn't see it. I just looked like Corinne was comfortable in that motherfucker. It just looked like he was comfortable when he exchanged with Boots on the inside. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. when people tell you you're talking way out of context, and I'm basically talking about your word, you say he had tough opposition, bro. Way out of context now. Way out of context is just basically in certain words that doesn't have anything to do with what you mentioned. You said tough competition. Morrell ain't had no freaking murderer's row of competition, bro. He ain't. And believe me, next time I get on here, man, you see me on here, you know what I'm saying? I'll drop the link so we can discuss something that I don't think need to be discussed, really. I don't see him having no tough competition with 8 fights. Come on, bro. Who are they? Who they at? Who they at? Let's all bow our heads and pray for my brother at WC. Has nothing but respect. He love Balash. Hey, man, you know, you can't make everybody happy every time you go live, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're not, you know, extremely perturbed there, Balash, but this is a boxing channel, MMA, BJJ, you know, it is social media. But I want to give a big shout out to Team Davis, man. They did an amazing job. Tank is definitely Mr. L Chin Checker. He proved that he's a smooth operator in the ring, man. He's a smooth operator, bro. That's when every time his name pops up, people want to see him fight. And then he about to make a big bag with Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is going to bring his side. Gervonta is going to bring his side. He's earned more fans since last night. Even though it wasn't something that was devastating, he still caused the guy to retire on the stool, man. He retired on the stool. Shout out to Tank Davis, man. I'm glad I was living to see this guy compete. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I'm glad I was able to at least, you know, get some steel frames of him. And I have more than this too. But I'm just saying, it's good that I was able to catch him in some of these frames. I mean, I'm blessed to be able to cover some of these fighters that will go down as some of the greats of this era, bro. Shout out to him, man, and his team, Coach Calvin, Kenny Ellis. Shout out to them cats, man. Tank is the best at 135. Love him or hate him. I don't think any others can take a clean shot from him. I want to see him with the Devin Haney's, man, if he gets a shot at the titles. I'll definitely want to see that fight, man. Shout out to Cape Man P. Tank is showing us how it's done. No doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it. Hey, let's hope that fight happen, Balash. If you believe he can give him problems, let's hope it happens. I think Hector not coming back out of might make Ryan pull out. No, Ryan's gonna do it because he's been calling Tank out, and he has to save face to make this fight. He cannot be a Duck Masters coalition again and pull out of this fight with Tank. He can't. All I want to see is from Ryan Garcia is if he has the propensity to go to the level of darkness and access that failure, that point of failure, and just go to a point where he never experienced before the Tank may take him, and have the will and desire to get up out of that motherfucker, to fight his way up out of there. I haven't seen him in such a tremendous tough fight that he has to fight his way up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Has he been in the Virgil Ortiz type adversity? Has he been in the Crawford's adversity, the Errol Spence adversity, the Keith Thurman adversity, Sean Porter? He hasn't been there yet. The Devin Haney adversity, when he was in there with Jorge Linares. Has he been in there with the adversity some of these fighters have experienced, like Teofimo Lopez? Have you been there through the adversity? We haven't seen you. But I'm guessing, like other people, that Gervonta Davis will take you through that depth of darkness, and let's see if you're able to return to the light. That's all I'm saying, bro. Tank inside game. is good for Ryan. Oh man, it's gonna be detrimental, bro. Tank's inside game is dangerous. Ryan ain't fighting Tank on the inside as tall as he is. God damn, he gonna fold him like a wet envelope, bro. Man, Rolly Rock Ryan and sparring. Tank gonna knock that pretty off Ryan head. Hey man, I tried not to bring up, God blessed him with being handsome and whatever he's trying to do in Hollywood. But right now we talking about straight up boxing, right? If he's gonna be handsome, his hands got to be handsome. You feel me? His hands got to be pretty. And Joe Goosen, don't sleep on him. You know what I'm saying? Joe Goosen, he's that dude, bro. Let's see if he's able to make some changes and get this shit right for Ryan Garcia. Because, like I said, I don't see Ryan Garcia making it past 6 rounds, man. I don't see it. I don't see Ryan Garcia making it past 6 rounds. Ryan loves to fight at distance. He loves to try to set up that lead left hook. He feels that all those drills that he was doing before, while he was coming up through the ranks, he has the speed. I hope he's still not closing his eyes in between freaking combinations. Like, that's cool to blink his eyes like that. Because, look, it's a matter of inches, right? So you want to goddamn throw punches with Tank and blink your eyes like that. Know that you may wake up to that beeping sound when they put that shit in your arm and give you fluids. You may see a lot of people surrounding your bed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, Ryan, buddy, good to see you back. Oh, this is great. You wake up to a whole bunch of smiling faces, bro. You know what I'm saying? Beep, 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 beep. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Crowded, man. Where am I? Oh, you just woke up. You've been here about a week and a half now. What? Why? It's a long story, but yeah, you had a fight with Tank Davis. You know who that is? Yeah, I have a fight coming up with. No, you already fought him. I did. What happened? They told us not to really get into it. They don't want you stressed out about it. Just stay right here. Just relax. Just stay peaceful. No, I'm curious. You see, I don't remember fighting him. You did. Okay? Just relax, Ryan. Relax. You're good. And you say, I've been here a week and a half. Yeah, you've been here a week and a half, buddy. Ryan said, what? I still got to fight Tank. I got to get back in the fight camp. No, you already fought him. You remember? You closed out fight camp. You went into the 3rd round with Tank, and things happened. But it's good to see you back. It's good to see you talking. You know what I'm saying? And everything else. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I think Spence will hurt Boots. Now, I don't know about that. Being that Spence is a flat-footed fighter. So you might be, you know what? The analytics, man, it might be in your favor. Because even though Spence is a flat-footed fighter, part of his repertoire is fighting on the inside. There's no way that I can say Boots is a better inside fighter than Errol Spence. I can't say that. So if Spence chooses not to move as much as what we seen yesterday, and Boots decide to engage him just like Hector Garcia and Gervonta Davis was fighting, yeah, it will be a very interesting fight. It will be a very interesting fight. And yeah, I definitely have to agree that Spence may possess more power than Boots. But then again, I have to correct myself. I think they got about the same. I mean, the only thing that separates, just give a nudge, a little smidgen more to Errol Spence, is that he's ran in there with some opponents like Danny Garcia who allow him to beat him up, and Yordenis Ugas, and people choose to think that he's the eye snatcher, which I'm thinking is more so their opponents stop fighting, and it ended the way it did. But I'm on the fence with it there, Blunts. You know what I'm saying? I kind of partially agree with you saying. You know what I'm saying? If he chose to stay there and engage with him on the inside like that, and kind of have a fight like him and Mikey Garcia did, or him and Sean Porter, it would be extremely interesting if they chose to fight like Sean Porter and Errol Spence. That would be interesting. Tony said, I don't think Ryan get past 8 rounds. So Tony's giving him 8. He's giving him to the midway point. All right. So there's hope for Ryan to make it into the mid rounds. And the only reason I was saying he don't get past 6 there, Tony, because I'm not saying a fighter cannot improve, but I still look back like on how Rolly was just bullying him in sparring. And once again, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I say sparring is sparring. But is Tank Davis going to have that level of respect that he gave Rolly Romero? Because Rolly Romero touched him early, and Tank was like, hey, yeah, he does have a little pop. I'm going to chill, lay back a little bit, and then I'm going to come back. As of Ryan Garcia, we don't know if he has that type of sting to get Tank's attention, for Tank just to lay off a little bit. And we really didn't see it with freaking Hector Garcia. We really didn't see him land a punch that allowed Tank to just take his time. Tank is a motherfucking methodical fighter, man. He's blessed with being him. You know what I'm saying? He just have to keep it clean outside the ring, and let's see him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Keep it clean outside the ring, and let him do his thing. Many see people surrounding your bed may end up like Hector and can't see at all. Man, Kate Man said Ryan eating Jello. Oh my God, dog. Oh my God. He said this dude. I mean, I wonder if he's gonna just eat straight Jello or is gonna have some fruit cocktail in that motherfucker. What? Hold up. I've been here a week and a half. Yes. Hey, the doctor told us not to talk about it. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Just relax. They're gonna come in here. The nurse is gonna come in here and ask you what you need for lunch. But as most of the time, you get a full meal because they want to keep you in here like 3 more days to do tests and everything. But they have you on strict Jello right now, buddy. Strict Jello. So what flavor do you like? They have cherry blossom. Oh man, they have cherry blossom. They have strawberry white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? That's that Texas special. Oh man, god damn, dog. Shit. You know how they do in the affluent community, Tony. You know how they do it, right? Hey, buddy. They just make you feel so cool. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Nonetheless, I said Boots versus Spencer's 50-50. Crawford beats both. For sure. I just, we just trying to see what's the next step. We already know Tank got shit locked in. Tank is locked in. But where's the next? We're missing some keys, bro. We want to get another lock. Where's the other fight that we want to see locked in? Where is it, man? I'm tired of talking about it. Where is it? I want to see the next key, man. Where is the lock? Tank already has 2 fights locked in. He completed one half already, and now he's headed for Ryan Garcia. Without any apprehensiveness, he said, "Yeah, Ryan Garcia is next." Why on the interim, on the backside, we still waiting on what Spencer's gonna do next. We're waiting on what Spencer's gonna do next. What Spencer's gonna do next, bro. I think Ryan will come out for the first few rounds all out trying to overwhelm Tank. And as soon as he slows down and Tank squares up, it's NyQuil. Damn, you giving Ryan a lot more courage than I believe he has, bro. The reason why I'm saying that, Tony, is that I haven't seen him in there with an opponent that he just came out like Andrade did, and just, you know, come out the gate, boom, 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 and keep that energy. Or he may come out like his boy Rolly, because they're best friends right now. So you know they're gonna get some sparring in. Oh, absolutely. You know him and Rolly's gonna get some sparring in. He's gonna ask Rolly about everything because he was at the fight, but that don't mean anything because he betted 20,000. Rolly got stopped in the 6th round. So he's definitely gonna step in there and get some sparring with Rolly. I don't know if Hector's gonna be able to see the schedule. If they do call him up to freaking get some sparring, he may not be able to see the schedule enough to make it. You know what I'm saying? That's still pending. Man, I thought Boost would have stopped that Korean guy. I was surprised both fighters looked like they were not in a fight. Who started in the crowd? I'm learning towards Gary. I mean, it's just, you know, Meek Mills and Gary Russell, you know. Meek Mills is a Gervonta Davis fan. And, of course, we know that Gary Russell isn't. You know, they was just going back and forth, man. I'm glad nothing else became of it. Ryan, Doc, you said, I already fought Tank. Doc, yes, Ryan. What happened? Doc, he damn near broke your neck. He damn near broke your neck, Ryan. That's why we have you in the brace there, Ryan. Okay? I know it's uncomfortable. That's why we have you in the brace. We just want to provide as much stability as possible while we evaluate you the next 48 to 96 hours. Okay? Okay? You okay with that? No? Just let me know. We're gonna do it, you know, another several days. And if your neck is okay, you're able to walk around, do some physical therapy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you up out of here, buddy. But you're gonna be suspended from the sport at least about 8 months. After you watch the replays, you understand why. That shit was wicked. The way he hit you, it damn near, we thought your head had bounced off the AC unit up at the $50 tickets. We just thought it was going to be terrible. We thought, hey, we might need to perform the first head transplant on a boxer ever done in life, because we thought your head would never roll back down the aisle. Damn, dog. I mean, y'all better leave Ryan alone. Ryan coming out the shadows, bro. Come on, bro. Why would Meek say something to them if they wasn't popping shit? And they the best at that. Man, you know how it is. That's DC, man. Anybody been to DC? Man, I was there for damn near over 4 years. Man, DC ain't nothing to be played with. And then, especially my girl was up in Baltimore. You know, so I used the old Baltimore was my old stomping grounds, man. Seriously. All the females up there, shit. I had to get one from goddamn. Anyway. So I keep your head up, right? Yeah, keep your head up, bro. Especially when you touch gloves or fight. Like, keep your head up, dog. Just like you love doing. Keep that chin high in the sky. Keep that chin high in the sky. We appreciate all the passengers that have chosen United Airlines. Loman exposed Gary Jr. He was never the same after that. How he exposed him? What are you talking about, Cape? How did he expose Gary? If anything, he's the one that suffered a knockdown in that fight, and it wasn't called. How did he expose him? He made the man fight at a different weight. He was dehydrated as shit. Come on, how did he expose him, man? Gary fought. He didn't get stopped. When did he get dropped? Look at the fight. The referee didn't even call this freaking knockdown, dog. How did he expose Gary? How did he expose Gary? Were they fighting for a title that Gary Russell had, Kate, man? Or was he fighting for Gary Russell's WBC title? That can't be the case because Gary didn't have a title, bro. I'm just saying, how did he expose him? Y'all using this word expose. How did he expose him, bro? How? How? He wasn't fighting for Gary's title. Gary wasn't there yet. So what was the exposing? What was the exposing, bro? But hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. It's been 2.5, man. I got to bounce. I'll be back on a little later. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back on a little later, man. Shout out to everyone who pulled up, man. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Thanks for the donations. Those of you who donated to the channel. Turn Opportunity in the World Combat Sports. I'm out.